Hello, Pisces, and welcome to this, your September 15th through September 30th reading and predictions. A very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here. All right, my name is Marnie, and I am the intuitive butterfly. A couple of last minute little adjustments here before I get started on your reading. As you can see, I am back in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and in my cousin's man cave. Thank you, cousin, for allowing me to borrow your space. All right, let's get started, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you guys. We're going to pull cards for 6 different areas of your life. Now, last month, I did receive a couple of messages from people saying, hey, like it was 6-7 minutes into the video before you actually started doing the reading. The reason I pull the cards on the live recording is because I found that, for me personally anyway, when I watch other astrologists, tarot card readers, and psychics, when they don't pull the cards on camera, it doesn't resonate with me the same way as if I actually witnessed them pulling the cards. So by all means, if you would like to, you're more than welcome to scroll ahead to the actual reading portion. But here we go. I'm going to pull the cards on camera. Pisces. Mid to late September reading and predictions. I'd like to welcome Divine Creator, angels, ancestors, and animals, and thank Mother Earth as we are doing this act of divination. Okay, we've got one card out for you, Pisces. Let's see what else we've got. Whoa. Okay, we did end up with almost half the deck coming out here. We are going to accept that very first card that came out, and then we're going to mix up this portion of the cards and see if there's another one that'll jump out for us. Yes, there is. There we go. Okay. Next card we're going to pick is what you are focusing on. Let's have a look at what the Pisces are focusing on mid to late September. Okay. Got a few cards jumping out. We've got 3 cards fully jumped already. So let's see what else. Is there anything else? Okay. All right, let's pick these up in the order in which they came out and set those aside. Difficult influences and challenges for the Pisces, mid to late September. And we've got cards flying. 3 so far. Let's see if there's anything else for you guys. Okay. Those 2 and this other one. Messages you need to hear at this time. What does Pisces need to hear? 2 cards jumped. So you've got 2 messages here. Okay. Unexpected. We're going back over to the fairy cards for your unexpected. Okay. Holy cow. So generally, I would read, 3 cards for a particular area, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards for your unexpected, Pisces. I'm thinking there's probably 2 or 3 cards that are going to come out here. All right, well, more than that. Well, 5. All right, well, we'll take those 5. General overall outcome. Okay. General overall outcome cards. And that one's all the way down on the floor. Sensing there's one more card. I'm going to go one more time through the deck before I jump down and get your card off the floor. So for those of you who are new here, I do not edit my videos. I prefer to keep it real. Bottom line is when you're doing psychic work and working with tarot, things are not always going to go 100% because you're working with the ethereal realm. So all the way down here. Got your card off the floor. Never a dull moment. Okay. Where are you at now? Okay. Beautiful cards for where you're at now, Pisces. I love it. You have the 4 of Cups, also known as the 4 of Water. This is a card of turning in or tuning in. This is a card of being called upon at this time to really tap in deeply to your own heart center and to tap into your intuition. And you'll notice on this particular card that you have a bunch of faces and voices in and around you. And yet this person is able to tune out this and the chatter of voices from beyond. And whether those voices are voices from the past and things that this person has been told or that you've been told from the past, or whether it is angels and ancestors coming in, they're able to tune all of this out and tune into their own divinity and into their own soul and soul's purpose. And so this is what I'm picking up for you as to where you're at now, Pisces. And in so doing, you are able to enact your own magician or existence card. Okay. This card is the number 1 of the major arcana from the tarot. And this is also known as existence or the magician card. This is a card indicating that when you are able to cancel out and close out all of the mindless chatter from those who have given you advice in the past, whether that be your parents, society, the various institutions, and so on. All of this chatter and advice that you've received is great. And you can take all of it with a grain of salt. When you take it all with a grain of salt and tap into your own soul connection or your own divine connection, then you become the creator, the true creator of your own existence. What a beautiful place to be right now, Pisces. So all right. So in your focus at this time, Pisces, you have the 3 of Autumn, also known as the 3 of Pentacles. You have the 8 of Spring, also known as the 8 of Wands. This is the multitasking card. And you have the World. Now, the World card, it's interesting. It's interesting because here in where you're at now, here in the middle of September, as I'm recording this, you have the existence card, the magician card. This is the number 1 card from the major arcana. In your focus, you have the World, which is the 21 card. This is the last card in the major arcana. And so you have both being the creator right here, as well as closing off a cycle so that you can create something new. The World card is an indication that you have learned a whole bunch about the lessons and the path that you were currently walking, and you're ready to close off a chapter and begin a new chapter. That's why it's beautiful to have the Magician here. The Three of Autumn, also known as the Three of Pentacles, is the card of follow your passion, right? Discover what truly makes your heart sing. Now, for a period of time, after you have discovered what truly makes your heart sing and what truly makes you want to go out there and embrace life, you may end up with the multitasking. And this is the Eight of Spring, also known as the Eight of Wands. And this is the card where you'll notice this fairy has so many balls up in the air, so many little fluffy lights, and she's trying to juggle a little bit too much right now. But ultimately, once you really dig down and discover what makes your heart sing, you're going to be able to learn some lessons, close off a chapter in your life, and move into something bright and beautiful and new. Let's move into what is in your challenges right now. Oh, wow, you have another 8 here. So you have the 8 of Spring, also known as the 8 of Wands here. And in your challenges, you have the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is about walking away from that which no longer serves your highest good. You have the Justice card in your challenges right now. Now, the Justice card is the card of potentially having a legal matter come up if you take it in the literal sense, but the Justice card can also indicate that it is time for us to look at balancing something in our lives. Given that the Justice card has come up for you in your challenges, it may indicate that something is a little bit skewed too far one way or the other. And I do want to comment that with this 8 of Spring here, indicating that you are multitasking, you've got a little bit too much going on, the Justice card in your challenges is indicating you need to bring this back into balance. Okay, you also have the Queen of Cups here. Now, the Queen of Cups is the card of this kindly woman. She's super sensitive, but the Queen of Cups is also about tapping into your intuition before making decisions, right? She's a very confident woman, but when it's time for the Queen of Cups to make decisions. So, for example, the Queen of Swords makes decisions from a very mental place. The Queen of Cups makes her decisions from a very heartfelt, emotional place. And so what this is telling me, Pisces, is that from mid to late September, this is in your challenges. So you're being called upon in your challenges to bring about some justice or some balance into your life. Something is not in balance. You're being asked to tap into your heart center and your intuitive place before you make decisions at this time. And the 8 of Cups is asking you to walk away from something that is no longer serving your highest good. If you look at the picture on this card, you'll notice that the character on this card is on a raft and he is quietly sailing away from his cups that he's left on the shore. And given these 3 cards in your challenge position, Pisces, it is indicating that you're being challenged to walk away from something. There's something that is holding on to you, or you are holding on to it. That is also creating this feeling of being, potentially overwhelmed, having too much up in the air. So definitely bring about some balance with this Justice card. Like I said, for some of you, the Justice card may indicate a legal loophole being thrown your way. But for the vast majority of you, I really feel like this Justice card is calling upon you to bring back balance into your life. And for some of you, that's going to be a work-life balance. But with the Queen of Cups right next to the Justice card, I'm feeling that this is more about bringing in some balance into your emotional life. Perhaps you are not expressing your emotions enough. Or on the other hand, perhaps you are being too emotional about some of what's going on. And so I really feel like that's your challenge and you are intended to walk away from whichever aspect of this emotional upheaval is drawing you in. So for example, if you are not being emotional enough and not expressing how you feel enough, you need to walk away from that and express how you feel. If you are over expressing your emotions all the time, then you need to walk away from that as well, because that will also deter people from wanting to spend time with you, Pisces. All right. Messages you need to hear at this time: be of service. Beautiful card. This is a card indicating that as you resolve some of these other issues, for example, like this issue that I'm really sensing is coming up for you, this emotional thing about finding the balance of emotional expression. With finding that balance of emotional expression, the world and this existence or magician card here, I do, and then having the be of service card, I do feel like you've learned some lessons, Pisces, and it's time for you to step up and step into the role of being a mentor and helping others. And you also have choose love over fear. This card speaks volumes, especially when I'm talking about, this sort of emotional thing going on with your challenges this month. Choose love over fear. For those of you that may be feeling withdrawn and are not expressing your emotions to their human potential, showing your emotions is not a weakness. And for those of you who are perhaps over expressing your emotions at this time, know that oversharing is not really love. Okay. That shows an insecurity, right? If you're having to constantly remind the people around you that you love them, or if you are living in fear that they won't love you enough because of something, that's not balanced, right? People need to love you unconditionally. Choose love over fear. Okay, Pisces, moving along to where we had just a whole whack of cards come out for your unexpected. Unexpected, you have the King of Spring, also known as the King of Wands. You have the Six of Spring. You have the Awakening card, also known as the Hanged Man. You have the King of Winter, also known as the King of Swords. And you have the Seven of Autumn, also known as the Seven of Pentacles. So let's break this down for your unexpected. You have two kings here. Kings bring about a more masculine energy, a more direct energy. So the queens in the deck bring in some feminine energy. And so this is indicating, because you have a queen in your challenges or difficult influences, it is indicating that being on the feminine side may be a detriment to you. And in your unexpected, there's an indication that there are more masculine energies coming into you, including with this card. This is my card of a mentor is coming in for you. Help is coming in for you in some way, shape, or form. But the help that's coming in for you is likely to be very, very unemotional. These two particular kings, being the King of Swords and the King of Wands, rather than the King of Cups. King of Cups would be more emotional. These two kings coming in are both very direct as well as unemotional, indicating that there is probably some masculine energies coming into your life at this time, Pisces, that are going to bring about mentor type energy, help energy, assistance of some kind, but it's going to be in a way that is objective yet unemotional. It's going to be help that you need and that you want, but it may not be delivered in the way that you want it to be delivered. That's kind of what I'm saying. The Six of Spring, also known as the Six of Wands, is a card expressing that the work that you have done up until this point is gradually being acknowledged. There are good things coming your way, but you need to continue on the path of doing your work. You also have the Seven of Pentacles here, Seven of Autumn. This is a card of patience. Okay, so things are not always going to happen right when you expect them to happen. So that's kind of unexpected for you, especially Pisces. I want to say that the last probably 2 years for most Pisces, there has been a significant amount of upheaval as we have really, really begun to fully embrace the age of Aquarius and step out of the age of Pisces. The Pisces have had more shifts and more upheavals than some of the other zodiac signs. And being in that mode of change and significant change regularly happening, when Pisces are being asked to slow down at this point, it feels a little bit like putting on a scratchy wool sweater. It's like, oh, but maybe I shouldn't slow down. Maybe I need to keep going. No, the answer is right now with this Seven of Autumn, patience. You'll notice that the fairy on this particular card is just sitting quietly on top of his pumpkin and contemplating life. Okay. And the final card that you have here is the Awakening card. This is the Hanged Man card from the traditional tarot. And this is a card of change your perspective, change the way that you're looking at things. It's going to help. So for example, I always love to give this example. Children in a playground, and one of the children climbs up to the top and he or she puts their legs on the monkey bars and then flips upside down and is then hanging upside down. So for them, all of their friends now look like they're upside down, when in actual fact, this person is upside down, or the person on the monkey bars is upside down. And all of the kids that are still with feet on ground looking at the person that's hanging upside down laugh and joke because as well, their hair is upside down and they look different, and it's fun. Seeing things from a different perspective. It can be difficult at first, but if you keep the monkey bars example in mind, where, at first it's uncomfortable and you're hanging upside down and your hair is going all over the place, but it's fun and it's funny, right? So see things from a different perspective. These are all things that are coming up in your unexpected right now, Pisces. Advice, you may or may not want it. The way that it's going to be delivered, it's going to be unemotional the way it's delivered to you. The Six of Spring, good things are coming your way. Continue to work on what you're working on, but see things from a different perspective and definitely step into some patience here. Okay, let's go to your final general overall outcome. Final general overall outcome, you have the Warrior and you have the Shaolin Master. The Warrior, the saying on this particular card is be fearless and stand strong. Okay. Everything in your reading right now, Pisces, is indicating that you are stepping into something relatively new for you. It may be something that you have visualized and worked toward manifesting for some time. But the Magician and the World card, both coming up, are indicating that there is definitely something new coming in for you. You do have to bring some balance into what's going on. You do need to step away from something that's no longer serving your highest good. Definitely going to be some advice and some helpers coming in for you. But the Warrior coming up is indicating that some of you, by the end of September, may be feeling like you're not there yet. Could we please hurry up? And I think that that's what this Seven of Autumn was also bringing up for us, is that there's this desire to be on the next step right away. Quick, come on, let's go. Okay. And the Warrior is saying, that's great. And you are going to have to be strong, retain your strength. The Shaolin Master is saying, be graceful in your movement, but Shaolin masters do not become masters overnight. There is a lot of patience in their training in order to be able to get to that point where they can sit for hours and contemplate a praying mantis, for example, while at the same time, levitating something. There is a mastery in what is coming for you, but there is that aspect of you're going to have this warrior energy. You're going to have some patience. You're going to have to begin to see things from a different perspective, and you're definitely going to have to master what's coming. Now, let me just tap into your energies deeply, psychically for just a moment, Pisces. This is a general reading. Let me remind everyone of that. But the vast majority of the readings that I've done for Pisces in the last 6 or 8 months have kind of centered on work and career changes and career shifts. And what I'm sensing is that this reading, and as we move into the end of September here, there is more of this shift to relationships for you. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships here, Pisces. I'm also talking about interactions between you and other people, how you interact. You're going to begin to see things differently, and you're going to be able to quiet this chatter from your very first card that came up. Quiet this chatter that things are not always as you thought they were. And that's part of why you've got this Hanged Man or this Awakening card coming in too. Just from a psychic point of view, Pisces, there's a change and a shift in your belief system of how we as humans can, should, and will interact going forward. And that is something brand new for you. Fully embrace it. You will need some patience as you navigate this, but ultimately you will become a master. So with that, Pisces, I do want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for being here. If this resonated deeply with you, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that like button. And as always, I am available for private personal consultations, and my contact details are down below. Take care, everyone.